Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy 6i, the 6i Gamer Channel. Today we got some news on the balance changes of what's coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and these balance changes is coming very soon. Actually, they're coming out by tomorrow, so that gives me a good idea on when I think the DLC characters is gonna come out. I think the DLC characters is gonna come out next week, hopefully. At least, if not next week, at least by 2 weeks. But let's go over these balance changes. Some characters got buffs, some characters got nerfs, some characters didn't get much at all. And my overall thoughts on this, this patch is, I mean, the characters that got nerfed, they deserve to get nerfed. But everything else is like bug issues and fixes, and they ain't really bug. I don't know. But we're gonna go over it right now. So let's just go over just the first part of the patch list. Alright, so real quick, initially I did this video, right? This is my second time doing the video right now. And when I first did the video, I talked about every single thing. It ended up being 30 minutes. So I scrapped that video, and I'm just gonna do a condensed version of the video and talk about talk about the main important stuff in the patch. So real quick, we're gonna go over. It says we're gonna talk about these two new modes. Fighters Cup, a monthly competition where players can fight and collect points for respective Z unions. That's cool. And Party Battle co-op fights where 3 players can join forces to defeat fearsome bosses. That's cool. Everything like that. So there's some training mode stuff. I'll just leave it up on the screen for you to read. I'm just gonna leave all the patch notes on the screen for y'all to read. Period. So let's go with Vegeta. Vegeta seemed like a point character though. So let's see. Modify the amount of damage that's done with the first attack of Vegeta's Nagara Pummel. So hopefully that means he gets a buff in damage, or hopefully. And adjusted on a scale of 1 to 10, I give you a 3, so that's easier now to grab an opponent and follow up with an assist. So I guess it's easier to what that was the on a scale of 1 to 10, I give you a 3. That's the command grab. So I guess it's easier to catch them out the air or even on the ground with the command grab. And hopefully you could use the assist after the light version as well. No, the light version you couldn't use the assist at all. With the medium version you could use the assist, but it was harder to like time when to use the assist. You have to like use the assist at the same time as you do the grab to combo off the assist. So with that being said, I'm hoping that it's a lot easier to combo off the assist off that grab. Moving on to Broly. Broly doesn't really seem to have any good stuff. Beerus, they took away his infinite. So where's the sense of that? Fix the issue where Beerus is able to keep shooting key blasts without an end after hitting an opponent with Beerus ball in a certain way. So yeah, that was his infinite, and they took that away. Something else they had that's probably pretty good for Beerus. Fix the issue where the lower energy ball of the 2 created by the enhanced version of the Spear of Destruction cannot be repelled by Beerus. So I guess before, when you try to hit the lower ball or something, it wouldn't hit, and now it could. So I don't know. And reduce the recovery frames of Beerus down medium attack to match whatever moves. So I guess he has better recovery now on his down medium. Moving on to Krillin, because Tien got some stuff, but it's not really that important. Krillin got some buffs, but his assist got buffs. He didn't get buffs. Now, Krillin as a character, as I should say, didn't get buffs. Now, Krillin's Z assist will always stall rock unless a player is inputting left when he appears on screen. So that's pretty good. So Krillin now could choose between essentially being on a rock. That's pretty good now. And when it says when left appears when you input left, I wonder if that's you always have to input left on the D-pad or analog stick or stick period, arcade stick, or is it like player dependent? If is that really just holding back? depending on if you're player 1 and 2. I don't know. Move on to Nappa. Nappa adjusted knockback distance of opponents so that Nappa jumping down heavy attack is more likely to hit twice. I don't really understand that. I know Nappa's down heavy was the grab, right? The down heavy in the air, jumping down. Yeah, the jumping down heavy was that little grab attack that he face plants you to the floor. So I don't really know what that means. Adjusted damage scaling of Cyberman explosive. I don't know, is that a nerf or a buff? I'm not too sure. I don't play Nappa. Yamcha doesn't really have nothing. Ginyu, he has stuff, but it's not really important. I guess he got a nerf, and I don't know if they took out his infinite. I don't know at all. It's something later on in the patch notes between him and 21. Both of them has an infinite, and in the Beerus patch notes, they stated his infinite is gone, but they ain't really say nothing about Ginyu or 21s in their patch notes. But let's move on. Hit, nothing really happened. Nothing's really good with Hit. Frieza, they say extended the inner part of his hitbox. I don't know what that means for his crouching down heavy. His crouching down heavy hitbox is already ridiculous, so I don't know what that means. Nothing really crazy with Frieza. Piccolo, nothing that really matters. 18, nothing that really matters as well. Now we gonna get into the meat of potatoes of this patch, and now we got a few top tier characters that probably is not top tier no more. Well, I believe one of them probably fell out of the top 2, and is probably now top 5. And the other one is probably still between 2 to 3, but I don't think they're the best character no more. But Android 16, now players will be able to recover from the ground when hit by Android 16 Dynamite Driver. This is huge. That means there's no more hard knockdown situations for 16s. He's going to get a hard knockdown off his level 3. So there's no more having to do no more 1 meter hard knockdowns or no meter hard knockdowns, depending on the system you use, into a mix up. And if you guess wrong, you're basically dead. That's pretty big for 16. Does that kill 16 as a character? I don't think so. I still think he's gonna be a good character, but he's not as brain dead as he was before. Also, another big nerf to 16 is that his invincibility to range attacks from standing heavies, jumping heavies, and crouching heavies. So, I messed that up. Remove the invincibility to range attacks from standing heavy, jumping heavy, and crouching heavy. So what that means is that he no longer has armor to range attacks. So like a Kamehameha, whatever you want to call it, whatever type of projectile type attack, his standing heavy, crouching heavy, or down heavy does not, crouching heavy, jumping heavy, sorry, does not go through those type of moves anymore. So that's pretty much a big deal, because 16 was a bully. He used that to get in, and range attacks did nothing to it because he could just eat through every single hit, and that's not the case no more. So 16, yeah, that's pretty big for 16, but he still has the armor against normal attacks, but not range attacks. I wonder if a weak key blast is included as well with that, because that is a ranged attack. I don't know, probably not, since it's a weak key blast, but we'll see by tomorrow. Now Vegeta. He got reduced duration, and this Super Saiyan Vegeta, reduced duration of block stun for the Z assist. Now what this means is that he no longer could keep you in block stun as long as he did with his Z assist. That's pretty big. But I believe it still functions the same way as a hit. It still lasts as long the same way as an on hit. So you could still probably use it for combo extenders the same exact way, so on and so forth. But as it's for block string pressure and stuff like that, using that assist, it doesn't seem as strong as it once was. I don't know if you can still get like the same type of mix-ups you could, like you did before, but it's just, I still think Vegeta assist is still probably going to be the best assist in the game. I still think you could use it in situations where you use it as a move to back one of your unsafe moves, and they could get hit, and your opponent could get hit by trying to punish you, and then extend combos, like so on. and I still think you could use it like combo extensions, but as in like using for pressure and your block strings and to mix them up for lockdown, it doesn't seem it's going to be as good as it was before. Moving on to Adult Gohan. Modify the properties of Adult Gohan's down light attacks and match with other light attacks. Maybe it meant, I don't know exactly what that means, but I guess maybe his down light was, the properties of it was more like a medium attack probably, and it was better than it probably had more priority over ever lights, and maybe that's not the case no more. That's my only guess. He also loses his, and another thing it says, modify heavy version of mid-air ultimate back attack so the opponent are now able to ground recover. So he had a hard knockdown as well, but he had to spend meter, and he doesn't have this no more at all. So it's no more hard knockdowns at all besides level 3s in the game. Reduce the frame advantage of Gohan's heavy version of machine gun kick when blocked by opponent moves. So what that means is that the enhanced version of lightning kicks is not plus no more. It's most likely still safe, but you don't get the true block string pressure you did in the corner as well. And it seems like Gohan will be more dependent on assist to keep his block string pressure going on in the corner than before, when he could just do it by himself with just lightning legs as long as you have meter. Alright, moving on to Kid Buu. So Kid Buu doesn't seem to have too much, he doesn't really have nothing special besides made modifications to Kid Buu Pearl Flash so that the damage skin of the super is now applied. So I guess the damage never, I guess he got maxed, I don't know with that. I guess he did more damage than he was supposed to, but moving on from there, Android 21 doesn't really have anything important, and it doesn't mention her infinite glitch, so I don't know about that. Teen Gohan, nothing really. Alright, fix the issue where wrong down state is applied to the character when getting hit by a medium version of Teen Gohan's flying kick up in the air. So I guess he might have had a hard knockdown. I don't know, I'm not a Teen Gohan player when you did the medium version of the flying kicks. I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, moving on. Besides that, nothing else important. Gotenks. Fix the issue with the hitbox of Gotenks to assist remains even after he has left the screen. That's whatever. Fix the issue. That's whatever as well. Here's the main thing about Gotenks is that fix the issue where Gotenks Z-assist can forcibly put an already mid-air opponent position back to the ground. So Gotenks had a reset with his Z-assist, a standard reset, and it seems like he took that away. So that's pretty much a big deal for his assist at least. But as a character, it's whatever. So nothing really changed with Cell. Has adjusted so that the attack no longer appears behind his, so I believe his command grab doesn't go behind opponents no more. But besides that, Cell has nothing changed to him, and now it seems to me, going off of these patch notes, Cell seems like he's the top best character in the game now. No problem. And I think Adult Gohan fell out of top 3 at least. To me, he was the best character, not no more. I think he might be top 4. I think Buu might be better than him now. I think Kid Buu's better than him now. But moving on. Trunks, nothing. Goku Black, nothing. And everything else, that's pretty much it. Now there's some other stuff. Let's see, we can talk about real quick. What's important on here? Fix the issue where characters react and turn back to opponent after advanced attack while they are performing certain specials. So that was a little, sometimes that was a little wonky where you vanish behind the character while the opponent is already doing a super, and it will automatically autocorrect and turn to where they supposed to, where advanced character is going to be at. So that was a little weird, but they took that out. Let's see what else. Fix the issue where scaling that should have been applied to non-recovery frames to prevent a combo loop isn't applied when starting a combo with certain moves. I believe that's the Android 21 thing, and probably the Ginyu Raccoon glitch as well, Infinite. I believe that's what they're talking about right there, but I'm not too sure. But if I had to guess, that would be exactly what they're talking about. So it seems like the infinite glitch is out for Ginyu and 21. But I don't understand why they didn't include that in their patch notes, like how they did with Beerus Infinite. So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. Increase the duration of throw invincibility for both air and ground backdashes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Made some adjustments to make it hard to execute Z reflect for a second time in succession. So it seems like you cannot just mash reflect and it will come out. It seems like it's more of a timing base for the second Z reflect, and that's pretty good because people just like to mash reflect and stuff happens. Like I could instant empty instant air into a low, and they be mashing reflect, and then they would catch my low as well. Even though I empty instant air did. So that'll be good for situations like that. And fix the issue where player's main character is able to cancel moves to another move even when they are whiffing in case the player team fireballs got reflected by opponent's Z reflect. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it seems to me, if I had to guess, it's going to take away some option reflects. I said option reflects. Option selects in the game. That's what, if I had to guess, that it may take away some of them. And I don't know how to feel about that. But besides that, this patch is like whatever. I mean, it handled what it's supposed to handle, but it didn't buff up characters that needed to be buffed, and I'm pretty disappointed about that. I think pretty much the turnout for this game is pretty much going to be the same way. It's going to be played a lot different with those top tier characters now, but I clearly think Cell is definitely the best character now. I think what separates Cell between Adult Gohan and 16 was the hard knockdowns, and now that none of those characters have those hard knockdowns, and Cell didn't really get touched at all, he's definitely the best character. And I think Gohan might be third. Maybe he could be down to fourth. I think maybe Kid Buu's better than him now. I'm not too sure about that. And Bardock might be the new Adult Gohan now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully I was able to discuss and go through these patch notes well for y'all to understand. Yeah, my first video was 29 minutes long, and this video is pretty on the long side as well, but I went over every single thing in that other video, and a lot of stuff was just not important at all. So I feel like just going over all the main key important parts, which I feel like I did right now. And hopefully y'all understand what's going on in these patch notes, and hopefully by tomorrow when we put these patch notes to test, we'll see how it works out for everybody. Let's see how bad Vegeta is now, what it says. Let's see how bad Adult Gohan is now. Let's see how good his other characters, and so on and so forth. But besides that, that's the end roll for this video. Hopefully y'all all have a nice day. Peace.
Till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke